Hello friends, new story is about Shrinking Silly Squad. Once upon a time, in a small village called Sillyville, there lived a group of mischievous kids known as the Silly Squad. They were always up to some hilarious antics that left everyone in stitches. Let me tell you about one of their most memorable adventures. One sunny day, the Silly Squad decided to explore the forbidden forest on the outskirts of the village. Legend had it that the forest was enchanted, and strange things happened to anyone who dared to enter. But the Silly Squad was not one to back down from a challenge. Armed with their trusty water pistols and dressed in superhero capes made from bedsheets, they marched into the forest, giggling and full of excitement. Little did they know that the forest had a mischievous spirit of its own. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees seemed to whisper and sway in an eerie dance. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a patch of mushrooms that glowed in vibrant colors. Unable to resist the temptation, the Silly Squad decided to have a mushroom eating contest. Each member picked a mushroom and took a bite. Almost immediately, something magical happened. They began to shrink. The Silly Squad now found themselves as tiny as ants, facing a forest that had transformed into a gigantic jungle. Laughter filled the air as they realized the hilarious predicament they were in. They had become the silliest, tiniest superheroes ever. Determined to find a way back to their normal size, they embarked on a series of comical adventures. Their first challenge was crossing a wide river. Normally, it would be a simple task, but as tiny beings, the river seemed like a vast ocean. Undeterred, the Silly Squad devised a clever plan. They built a makeshift boat using a leaf and some twigs, and rowed with spoons they had brought along. With laughter echoing through the jungle, they successfully sailed across the river, all the while making silly faces at the fish swimming beneath them. Their journey continued as they encountered towering blades of grass that looked like menacing giants, a squirrel that mistook them for acorns, and even a group of mischievous fireflies that led them on a whimsical nighttime dance. Finally, after many hilarious encounters, they stumbled upon a wise old owl perched on a branch. The owl told them that the only way to return to their normal size was to find a rare and magical flower hidden deep within the forest. Determined, the Silly Squad embarked on their final quest. They dodged spiderwebs, tickled caterpillars, and jumped over puddles, leaving a trail of laughter behind them. And at long last, after a series of silly mishaps, they found the magical flower. The Silly Squad formed a circle around the flower and held hands. They closed their eyes, made a silly wish, and poof! In a burst of bright light, they grew back to their normal size. The forest had released its enchantment, realizing that it had met its match in the Silly Squad. The kids returned to Sillyville as heroes, forever known as the brave adventurers who turned a forbidden forest into a playground of laughter and joy. And every year on that special day, the villagers celebrate with a grand silly parade in honor of the Silly Squad and their unforgettable adventure. And so, dear friend, the Silly Squad's hilarious journey in the enchanted forest reminds us all that laughter and silliness can conquer even the most extraordinary challenges.